Right, are we all ready? Damian! Just the holding card. Do Audacity for me, please, Damian. Yeah. Do Audacity for me. Damian! Can you do the Audacity for me, please? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I'm on. Audacity's on.
Damian! Yeah, right, can we do the record, please?
I'm pressing the red button.
Right, have you done it? Right, Darren, you do yours. Right, if we can all do 3, 2, 1 together. Damian! 3, 2, 1. Clap. 3, 2, 1, clap, yeah? Right. Are we all ready? Yeah? Good.
Forget it that I can't share it to my millions.
Why not? Ask your wife to share it. Right, go back into the live. So go back into the live video. Yeah, you don't have permission. That is odd. Right, try doing it from your laptop.
Yes, do you need a flannel? Ian, do you need a flannel?
Yeah, let's go live. Are we all ready? Okay. Hello and welcome to the As Yet Unnamed podcast live. You would not believe what's just gone on before we went here. It just all went completely wrong and I'm stressing, but I'll be fine. It's good.
I've never known anything like it. It's live and I know what live is. It means live and I don't feel live right now. I feel a bit dead.
This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast with Ian Barstow, Damian Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, and good night, wherever you are listening. Thank you so much for downloading the As Yet Unnamed podcast. If you're listening to us on the podcast app, thank you. If you're watching this video on YouTube, and not the live version because that didn't work, then thank you for that as well. My name is Ian Barstow. You are listening to the podcast. I will say this once at the start of the podcast. We are broadcasting this live to Facebook as we go. So, yeah, all good.
No one told me it was live.
Yeah, we are. We are definitely live. 100% live with about a 30-second delay.
Right.
I knew this was going to be live. I had my eyebrows done at the weekend. Can you tell? There's no join in the middle.
Did you have them feathered?
I used to have them stringed.
Oh, did you do that? That always looks so painful.
It is. So then I went to somewhere else in my local town in Hanley in Stoke-on-Trent, and now I get them waxed.
Sorry, you wax your ears?
Eyebrows.
Sorry, you see, when you're live, things go on a tangent.
Yes,
Waxed your ears?
Waxed my eyebrows.
Can I just ask a question, actually? When you get old, I know I'm just saying all old people,
yeah,
but why does why does hair suddenly appear out of people's noses?
And ears.
And also,
Yeah,
pardon?
Ears as well.
Yeah, like bushy hair, ear thing, and then they just keep it, and they're like, yeah, I'll just walk around with this little hair thing
Obviously something's going to happen to all of us in our older years that our body knows about, and does give us longer hair in our nose, and we need to deal with it that way.
Pluck it. I said pluck it, nothing else. It is the most painful thing in the world if you have to pluck a nose hair. It's horrible.
Trimmer for that goes up the uter.
Got a what? What was?
Anyway, good. What's coming up on the show, Captain?
Wait for it.
Yeah, and that's about what it's like. So we are going to be doing episode or version number 3, but I'm going to start it. I'm going to start afresh with the Darren versus Damian. You are going to hate this
Hang on,
one.
well, Ian,
No, we're starting afresh. You're equal anyway,
No.
so it doesn't really matter. It's 1-1. It doesn't matter.
1-1.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So you are going to hate this one. I can guarantee it. Hopefully. Our top 5 this week is our top 5 animated films. Yeah. Mine could be in. Mine are good. I like mine. Damien's, I think, is going to be fine. Darren's, not a clue whatever. He really doesn't know.
And just to give an indication, every week on this show, we tend to do our top 5 of different subjects. Barbara, our lovely producer, who lives in my house. It's weird, to be honest. She's here. She's never gone. She gives us an envelope. We open it. And then we do our top 5. We've over the last couple of weeks, we've had top 5 80s movies. We've had top 5 kids programs, top 5 toys. And this week it is top 5 animation. I don't want to explain the rules again about animation.
Basically, it's anything that is drawn by hand, original animation, or computer generated. And it better be that, because that's what we agreed last week.
So cocky. He goes live and it goes to his head. Absolute. Oh, vile.
It's
What's
true,
it going to be
though.
like when, he's like, oh, I'm on Twitch. Terrible. Anyway, what else is coming up? Sorry.
So we've got that. We've got our top 5. But we always start with how our week has been. And I'm going to start with, if you've got Sky, and if you've got Sky Crime, which is one of their new channels, a new series was launched at the weekend on Sunday called Outcry. Now, this is one of those documentaries that is an injustice documentary in America. So it's about someone that's being charged with something, and then it goes into story and it realised. So if you've watched Making a Murderer on Netflix, which is just brilliant, has either of you watched that? No?
I've got to say, this is thrilling, this, to be honest.
No.
This is,
Damien, have you watched Making a Murderer?
No, never.
You should.
No, I'm
You
too
should.
busy
No, you're not.
watching
You're
Tiger
not.
King.
Yeah, entertainment we're actually watching.
No, Making a Murderer. If you've not heard, Making a Murderer is fascinating. Outcry is even better. It is.
Netflix. I mean, we can't say Netflix and chill because apparently that's rude. And if you say that, then you're up to a bit of algae.
It might be rude in Ian's house, but not in mine.
It all goes on in Redditch, to be honest. So, Dirty John was an amazing program first time round. It was about a complete psycho who meets this lady. They fall in love, and he's just a complete nutter, absolute nutter. Real much watch TV. Anyway, they've done a sequel. His name's not John. Nothing to do with a guy called John.
Is he dirty?
And there's no one called John in it.
Is he dirty?
It's not dirt. Well, he's sort of dirty, but it's got 80s reference here. Christian Slater. Remember that guy?
I do.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's in it, and it's all about a couple that got married in the 80s. There's could be coercive control, there could be obsession, there could be, and it's a real watch where you kind of go, is the husband right? Is the wife right? Who's, and it's so gripping, and some of the acting's a bit dodgy. But if you like stuff where you kind of don't want to read up on what happens, you really want to stay tuned to see what happens. Because normally in Dirty John, one of them turns out to be the nutter, and one of them, something happens. So it's only been out a few days. It's brand new. They filmed it prior to lockdown. Christian Slater's in it. Bit of a comeback. Very, very intense, brilliant program.
Now, you see, I missed this because I looked quickly this afternoon because I'd not heard of this, and I thought it was a true crime. Hence the reason I was talking about Making a Murder and Outcry. I recommend you watching both of those. I'm going to watch Dirty John. I'll watch season 1 first, and then I will try season 2. But I think you need to watch Outcry and Making a Murder on Netflix. Because if you watch...
Have you ever watched any other films that have, with the title Dirty at the beginning, or...
Yeah, you want to be careful of those.
Yeah.
Well, I lent mine from you, Antrobus.
Thanks. I am going to give this a go, Damien. You've sold that really well, so credit to you there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I feel that was, I could be a Barry Norman /
That's a sell, because in my house, it's always a safety watch. You know what a safety watch is, don't you? You know, Benny Dorm, Fools and Horses.
Shut
One
up
Foot in the
and shut up
Grave.
again.
No, hold on a minute. You've
So
done
it's always
it
a
again.
safety watch.
No,
You've done
it's...
it again. This is where you go. You go
So
on a
we-
tangent again.
Don't
you started
start.
off really polite, and you're having a nice little podcast, and then you mention blinking Benidorm.
Classic. Some of the people watching live that know me do actually watch Benny Dawn themselves. So you're fighting a losing battle there, Damien. So do be careful.
Benidorm.
I dare you say
bless.
now on the live broadcast, you don't like Benidorm and say something derogatory about it.
I don't like
I think we should move
Benidorm.
on,
It's
to be
rubbish.
honest.
Absolute rubbish. It's
Just to
not
throw it out
funny.
there, again, developed a bit of a habit this week, and I've become something that I never thought I'd say. And it's don't say you straight, because I'm married. All right, the rumours are in. People have written in. Yes, I'm married. All
Damien,
right.
to be fair, that never means anything.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So,
It's true.
I've become a gamer. I've become a gamer. I have.
That's a hobby for a teenager, mate. You need to sort your life out.
Do you
It-
like zombies?
Oh, I do like zombies. I like anything with zombies.
I do, yeah. I like zombies. I like trying to work out where that disease came from, that sort of thing. Yeah.
There's a game out at the moment called The Last of Us. and it's basically two people in society. There's been it's not particularly brilliant at this time, but there's been a virus. But this one has turned a lot of people into fungus, kind of mushroom-shaped zombies. And it's all right. I don't write the script. Anyway, it's one of the most popular games out.
Sounds like an alternative Carry On.
It's dodgy. So I'm hooked to this thing. My poor wife, she's like, should we watch Dirty John? Not really, love. You know, can I pay it for a couple of hours? 8 hours, guys. I was there, twitching away. I had to get my links out, started to sweat as well. Oh, I'm a brute. I never knew, and this is someone that isn't really a gamer, I didn't know, but it's like a movie. So when you start in it, the credits go, you have a little bit of animation and a bit of a story, and then you're in the game. You know, gone are the days of Games Master back in the day when old Patrick Moore used to be on it with his little helmet.
Dominic Diamond. Was it Dominic Diamond?
No, he's the one from Saved by the Bell, the pervert.
Who was it then? Who was the other presenter? It was Dominic someone.
It was Dominic someone. It certainly wasn't Dominic Diamond, though, was it?
So Damian, on this game, are you playing against other people that are playing at the same time? Is it like
no? It's not anything. I'm not really into that. Where you have like your headset and it's
and you're screaming at yourself or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
No. You are on it and you are battling people. So
is it as good as Paperboy off Commodore 64?
That was a great game. I used to play on the Amstrad CPC 464. Great game.
That's going back a bit. Paperboy.
Yeah, can you get as hooked on this zombie game as you would on Paperboy?
No, because you'll need to spend about...
I don't know what the word hooked is.
Hooked. Don't start again.
Every week.
What does that mean?
That's going back to 7 episodes, mate.
Every week.
You just fall into it, don't you?
Dustin Diamond, somebody's just said.
Dustin Diamond, that'll be it.
Before you move on, Ian, what does your lovely, lovely wife Karen say about you doing this on a Wednesday and then disappearing 6 nights of the week playing a game on the internet?
To be fair, she
on the internet. Darren, come on.
Well, is it internet based?
No, it's on a game console. A disc. Oh, bless him. Bless him. Do you have to buy a disc? No, you download it.
All right, okay. So. What did she say about you doing this then?
Well, I mean, at first she was kind of. I don't think because she bought me the console originally, so I don't think she thought that I was going to be necessarily as into it as maybe I was.
What
have you got? Are you Xbox or PS4?
Oh no! I'm all about the PS. She's all right, you know. She kind of just watches, and sometimes I go, "Oh, look at this bit," and she goes, "Yeah."
Secretly, she's thinking, he's got something to do that gets him out of my hair. I can concentrate on being on the laptop, on my tablet, or doing my own thing, and I don't have to worry about looking after the adult baby on the other side of the sofa. Is that about right?
Yeah, it's right, yeah. But it is so good, so addictable. If anyone hasn't been on games before, and you are like maybe Darren, who thinks games are still Daley Thompson's, Olympic games. Daley Thompson with a joystick. That's a joystick, you pervert. It's a joystick.
Like that, yeah.
So it was like that, wasn't it? It's not that type of show.
And then the other one was on the keyboard. It was like that. A lot.
Yeah, it was.
A Commodore 64, you were just always turning over the tape because it kept crashing.
It did, and you get like 20 minutes into it being like, and then it would be like, failed. I said, really?
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones, 1 Zoom call, all lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
I saw a story this week for and how many times have you, when you were a child, did you put things up your nose? You know, when you're playing with a toy and you sort of thought, I'll just see if that fits up there. Ever done that?
Yeah, I was actually banned from playing marbles because I shoved those up my nose quite a few times. That's why I got big nostrils.
That's not a view I want to see. Well, there was a lad who lost a bit of Lego, and it was one of those, on a Lego man, you've got the hands, the little plastic hands. It was one of them, and they lost it. I don't know how they know they lost it. I think it was something like he said to his parents, "I've put that up my nose," and they couldn't find it. and they took him to hospital and the doctors couldn't find it. So they thought either it didn't go up his nose and he just dropped it, or something else happened. 2 years later, this thing appeared and dropped out of his nose after 2 years of being inside. Didn't feel it, nothing at all. 2 years later, this little Lego hand drops out of his nose.
Did he not
Where
have
had
a
it
cold?
been?
Up his nose. It had been lodged in his nose, and it had just taken that long for it to work its way back out again.
Did he not have a cold at any time in the 2 years and and then it's gone down his throat?
No. Apparently, the doctor said to them that it will, if it goes into his digestive system, it will just obviously make its way back out again. But yeah, it was stuck up his nose for 2 years. It's like,
Wow. Wow.
that's not nice. I don't like that at all.
Well, listen,
Horrendous.
a piece
Not
of
very nice at
Lego.
all.
A piece of Lego is better going up your nose than through your foot, I must say. But
That is the most painful thing.
yeah.
We used to have a guy that I used to work with that. Remember the Lego man used to have Lego head, and it was just like a wig thing you put on.
Yes.
Just put it on. For years we said, "All right, Lego, how's it going?" Anyway, he went outside the once, and it was horrific weather, horrific, and we've been calling him his Lego head for years. Anyway, his wig blew off.
And it was bald underneath, please.
Do you know what I mean? His wig blew off. Flew. Do you know where it landed? On a Cortina. Some poor bloke. We had to go in and say... we had to go in. And we had to go, right, we've got a blue Cortina outside. It's got some on the windscreen.
Oh dear, that's
Hair raising. Oh, he did it! It's a bit hair raising. Oh,
Talking of wigs,
yes.
do you know what is back? Do you know what is coming back after
What's coming back?
20 odd years of not being on, and it's the perfect time for it to come back?
on.
Spitting Image.
Oh yes. Spitting
They used
Image
to
is
scare
coming
me.
back. Why?
I don't know. I always found them anything that's kind of rubber.
Well, they were meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. When you were watching it, you're a little bit older than me, so you'd have been in school years, wouldn't it?
I always remember the Lamont. What was his name? It was
Norman
like the ice cream
Lamont.
head.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the one I always remember is John Major. And he was the most grey and boring person in the world, and literally his puppet had no colour, and he just used to eat a plate of peas. Served to him by Edwina Curry before it came out that she had an affair with John Major. So there you go.
Wow.
That is out there.
And they used
I'm not being libelous there. That is being admitted. They're out there. She
Do you
admitted
know what's
it.
really interesting about Spitting Image way back then? Is if you have a look at the cast names of all the people that did the voices, and they were really, really accurate impressionists. A lot of those people have gone on to be actors in their own right on screen. So Chris Barry, he did a lot of the voices from Red Dwarf. Steve Coogan, he's gone on to massive things than just doing voices. And Kate Robbins, loads of people have gone on to do huge things. John Coleshaw as well. So it was a breeding ground for people who were just great with the voices. Rob Brydon, I think, did some as well.
It is a perfect time in this day and age for that to be out there. It's just, you've got Boris Johnson, you've got Donald Trump, Dominic Cummings, the whole of the government, the whole of the opposition are just ripe and perfectly placed to have a proper bit of satire brought onto them. So I cannot wait.
I'd like them to redo the chicken song. Do you remember the chicken song?
Yeah.
Hold a chicken in
In
the air,
stick a deck chair up your nose. I could have brought that in.
That
Flyer
got to number
Jumbo.
one.
It did get to number one. Yeah,
I know
it
who
did.
sang that as well. I've interviewed him. His name is Michael Fenton. Steve.
You don't know him that well, then, do you?
Sorry,
I
you've
forgot his name
interviewed him.
already.
How have you interviewed him? I thought you did this for a laugh. What do you mean? Is your real job a presenter?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know that. So you're
Yes.
actually a presenter on a radio station.
Yes, I do actually do this for a living, Damian.
Gosh.
Yeah, so I interviewed him. He was the guy that played this boss of the Groovy Gang in Only Fools and Horses.
Is he getting paid for this?
No.
I'm speaking to the captain because if you're on a radio show, is he getting money for this?
We'll talk later off air,
'Cause I'm gonna have a word with Rada.
Yeah. Well, Rada?
Rada?
Isn't it Equity? Equifax?
Equifax?
Well, Equity's for actors and you're not an actor. And RADA is a school for actors. I went to RADA, darling. I went, what's what?
Equifax?
That's a credit company.
Oh,
Isn't that a credit reference agency, Equifax?
Anyway, interesting fact about Spitting Image. They were going to bring it back about 5-6 years ago, and they were going to do it with this style of a Britain's Got Talent style thing with the Spitting Image puppets of Ant and Dec. But somebody, management team along the way went, no, you don't. You're not using Ant and Dec like that. No chance.
It was. I know. I've heard of celebrities who have had and brought their Spitting Image puppet because it was a proper, almost a privilege to be someone that Spitting Image would spend a fortune building these really impressive puppets, even if it was just like a 10-minute or a 5-minute or one-off sketch. They'd spend all this money and people go, "Can I buy that off you?" It was a privilege to be mocked.
Did they ever do like a puppet of Kelly Brook? Just like one you can buy.
Anyway, so do you remember the Maggie Thatcher puppet they used?
Yes, with the massive nose.
Yeah, dressed in the suit, and she was a bit tyrannical, a little bit bossy, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, very good. It's coming back anyway. So yeah, good news for that.
Good. I'm glad. I will be watching. I used to love it. Sunday night, 10 o'clock, ITV. It was very current. If you miss that sort of thing, I can recommend on Radio 4. I am getting to that age. I know. I can recommend their Friday night comedy on Radio 4. You can listen to it and download it. It's really good if you like political stuff like me.
Fabulous.
Do you know what? I can't do it anymore.
What's the matter?
A couple of weeks ago, one of his favourite toys was a flipping spirograph. And now he's turning around to me and going, well, to be honest, when I sit down, I have a little bit of quail egg. Followed by my pipe, and I'd listen to a little bit of ha 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 on Radio 4.
I don't
while
have
his pajamas and his tracking bottles going around in the washing machine.
What's happened to you, man? You're 52, not 58.
I'm 42, you cheeky person.
Whoa, there's no time for the beep already.
There's a massive time for the beep. There you go.
Unbelievable. Who said this was live? Get ready for the beep. You're nothing but a... That didn't work, did it?
That didn't work at all. Not at all.
Didn't work, that one.
Not at all.
We are live.
Thank you very much, both. We are going to be back very shortly with the first in the new series of Darren versus Damian. Don't go anywhere.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow. But they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
This is the Rough Edge live version. Are we enjoying it?
Oh, sorry.
Damian, are you on delay?
Just wanted to check. I just wanted to do one of those. I've always wanted to do it, like, in Eurovision, when they come to you and they go, so, okay, how many points would you say that was?
What? Oh, Damian, I'll drive to Redditch and punch you in the face if you carry that on.
Oh, I love that Norman Collier.
Damian versus Darren. What's this all about?
Right. Gentlemen and lady girls. Right. Okay. Lady girls? Yeah, I don't know either.
It's time for the never-ending highlight of the show. Fight to the end. That is Darren versus Damian on the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
So, yes, we are back with Darren versus Damian. It is 1-1, so we're going to say it's a clean sheet and you're starting from 0. So, I have some rules of the game for you two today. The rules of the game are as follows. I've printed these out. I will play 10 sounds to you. These can be from anything. So they can be from anything. So they're not limited to TV, film, or whatever. So they can be from anywhere. I need you to give me the name of the sound. Some of them are worth 2 points. Most of them are worth 1 point. I will tell you which ones are worth 2 as we go through. And then at the end, we have a special bonus round, which is worth 5 points. I am going to play you a clip that if you don't get it in this week on your first answer, we will carry on until next week and carry it on until someone gets it.
It's like a cliffhanger.
5 points up for grabs for that. This is Darren versus Damian. This is our little bit where I get to play some nice clips. Right, so are you ready? We have 10 clips, gentlemen, for you to use or for you to listen to, and you will be able to tell me what they are. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yes, ready.
Good. Right. This is Darren versus Damian.
I love going live because the thing is, when you listen to the podcast that's all together, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. But with this now,
clearly he doesn't.
So cocky. This is
That
Darren
scared
versus Damian.
it's so loud in my headphones. That scared the bejesus out of me. That did. Right then. Right. Clip number 1. Listen carefully. No talking, otherwise it's going to cut out for you.
Before we start, are
Yes.
we writing these down or are we shouting out the answer?
No, we're writing them down. We'll do the answers after. Okay. So if you're listening, if you're watching live, you can play along with this as well.
Don't put your answers on the comment section.
No,
because it will
don't.
give it away.
Yes, don't, please. So it is a sound from anywhere. It can be TV, film, it can be a person, it can be a sound of something in the world. Are we ready?
Yes.
Sound number 1.
You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden!
Sound number 1. I need you to tell me what. I'll give you a little clip. I need you to tell me what this is from.
You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden!
There you go. I told you it wasn't going to be
Sounds like
easy.
my wife.
I told you it wasn't going to be easy today. Right.
Wowzers.
Sound number 2. Can you tell me who this is?
What are you, chicken?
Can you tell me who this is?
What are you, chicken?
I have.
These are difficult.
They
These
are.
really
They are.
difficult.
They are difficult.
Really difficult.
I
Right.
know that is.
Good. Right. Sound number 3. Can you tell me what this is from?
And I don't care what anybody else says either.
I know that is as well.
I will
Yeah,
play
I know
that
who that
one
is.
more time. Do you want me to play it again or have you got it?
No, well, good. Will they play it one more time? Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't care what anybody else says either.
So there you go.
Yeah. I know that is. He's got a very distinctive voice.
He has.
Yeah.
Or she has. Or they have. I'm not giving you clues. Right. Sound number 4. Can you tell me what this is?
Get out of it.
That could be a number of things.
Can you tell me what this is?
God, it sounds like Tinkerbell's toe or something. I don't know.
If this ends up being one of your naughty toys, tell you.
Yeah, Tinkerbell's toe.
I had to get some new batteries. Tinkerbell's toe. That's a really good name.
A bell.
TBT.
That's a
Tinkerbell's
really
toe.
good name for something like that. I'm just going to order a Tinkerbell's toe. Right. Can you tell me who this one is? This is easy.
China.
That's easy. I thought I'd give you an easy one. That one is easy.
That is not easy. Can I have it again, please?
You can.
That's brilliant.
China.
Brilliant.
No, that is not easy. Don't know that one.
Right. The next one. Can you tell me what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I need
Yeah.
you to be specific about what that is. I will only give you points if it is specific.
Yes, that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Like
Okay.
that. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Can you tell me what this is? This is clip number 7.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh.
Have you got it, Damian?
Do you know what? For years, I have always been a fan of
Yeah.
Ground Force. Brilliant.
Okay,
Is that the sound where they bring the digger on?
2 points for this. Can you tell me who this is and can you tell me what it is from?
Bubblegum shrimp. It's a household name.
Sorry, I think I spoke over that.
Okay, right, I'll play it again. Can you tell me who this is and what it is from?
Bubblegum shrimp. It's a household name.
Yes, I know what that is.
Name.
I know what that is. Yeah, I know who that is and what it is.
Don't know that. Got to be honest. Don't
Okay.
know that one.
Number 9, can you tell me who this is?
All's well that ends well, that's what I say.
Yeah, I know that one. Oh, hang on a minute. You could easily
These are quite good this week,
you-
actually. I
you-
do like this.
You could easily get the wrong program on this.
Okay, I will play it again.
All smells that ends well, that's what I say.
There we
I'm
go.
gonna go for right. Okay.
And the final one, the 10th and final one,
Number 10, number 10, number 10.
I will give you an extra point. So I want you to tell me what it is and what it is from. Are we ready?
Let's go for it.
That's Damian getting ready for the office on a Monday morning.
Woo!
That's when he goes for his morning poo at the same time, as we discussed in last week's episode.
That's not cool. Do you know what? I've been doing the show for 50 minutes and no one's mentioned poo yet. Now you've just done it.
Right.
You know what?
Can you do that
cocky
again, please?
I know what that is.
Just
Okay,
for the sheer comedy of it.
here we go again.
Damian versus Darren. Damian wins.
Ooh, big talk. Right, here we go. Have you got have you got visions of him sat on the toilet now, Darren?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, where's Damian gone?
Right, that was our first 10. I'm going to give you the extra bonus point one at the end when we've got the scores. This is Darren versus Damian.
It's time for the never-ending highlight of the show. Fight to the end. That is Darren versus Damian on the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Ooh, tension music.
Tension music.
Yeah.
Right, so answer time for you. Number one, what is this?
You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden!
I'm just going to fade that tension music out because it won't play over the top of it. Right, okay, can you tell me who this is?
You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden!
Damian!
That is Mr. Bronson from Grange Hill.
No, it's not. Darren!
I don't know. It sounds. Part of me said it sounded a bit like Murdoch from the A-Team doing a funny voice, doing one of his crazy scenes, and then it also sounded a bit like Robin Williams doing "Hello, Monsieur Doubtfire." You know, so I don't know.
Well, you
What
were not
accent was that?
you were not far off if you would have gone down that route and thought about it, and if you would have
which
thought
one?
what we are doing later on this evening
know
in
it
our
is. It's
in our
Aladdin.
top five.
The genie.
No, it's not the genie. It's
okay.
Shrek.
You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden!
Never got that. Never got it. in
That
a
is
million
a
years.
clip from Shrek.
Brilliant.
No, didn't get that.
Ah, no points. Right.
I know the next one though.
Number 2,
What are you, chicken?
Darren.
That has got to be somebody from Back to the Future, but I'm going to go with Biff.
You're so wrong.
What?
You are so wrong, honestly. Oh, Damien.
That is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh my God. No, you're wrong. I was convinced you would get that. I was
No.
convinced. You are wrong.
I can see, no, to be fair though, Ian, I can see why he said that because of the chicken in Moana. Yeah, I can see that.
No.
Well, I actually will give you credit. I did scribble down Biff, and I scribbled that out.
I was convinced you would get this.
The
What are
reason
you,
why I
chicken?
went with that because of the next one.
No. Right, Damien, think of another wrestler.
Steve Austin.
No, go further back. Think of a
Hulk
legend.
Hogan.
Yes! Hulk
No,
Hogan.
For me,
No.
that doesn't sound like the Hulkster.
It was Hulk Hogan.
Can you play again?
What are you, chicken?
That's
Yes.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. You get me, brother.
Right.
Right, number 3,
And I don't care what anybody else says either!
Damien.
That is Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
Correct. Darren.
Yes, correct.
Good. I believe you. Right. Number 4. You're going to kick yourselves when you know this because it is a very, very well-known sound. Go on. Any guesses? Any guesses?
Is it the doorbell on Arkwright's shop?
No.
Oh.
Think of a console that was released about the time we were at school. Think of a very famous mascot.
That was a Nintendo, a NES.
No. Wrong system. Sega. That is Sonic the Hedgehog. When you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog and you bash into a thing and you lose all the rings that you collected.
That's it, this is. Do you know what I mean? Get a quiz that has got some substance. Not like, oh, do you know what I mean? I'll just like, oh, what's this? I'll put Sonic in.
Sore loser. I said at the beginning, this is any sound. Any sound.
No wonder he gets paid for this crap.
Number 5.
China.
Both of you together, you should know this one.
No, not at all.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, no. Don't know it.
That is the man who I modelled my hair on. That is Donald William J. P. G. Trump. China. What?
Number 6.
Right, lovely.
I need you to be specific on this one, and I'm going to be really tough with you on this. Darren.
It is the... if I get this wrong, is it the... It's either...
Come on.
It's one of the windows either starting up or closing down.
Right, I need you to be specific on this one. What is it?
I'm going to say closing down.
Of what?
Windows
What?
thing.
Windows what? I said specific because they change between each one. Right, you know...
Windows.
You're wrong on that one. Damian.
It's the closing down of Windows 11.
No.
XP.
Sorry?
It is the startup of Windows XP. The most popular operating system and has been, you would have heard that thousands of times and you didn't know what it was. You're
Barbara,
rubbish.
can you do me a favour? I know you produced this show. Who is he? Do you know what I mean? What sort of question was that? Pathetic. Sorry? Fig roll.
Damien,
dirty.
Damien, you are winning at the moment.
Ah, brilliant. I love this. This is my favourite quiz.
Right, number 7. I think you both know this one. Damien.
Oh, you've only got yourself a catchphrase, and have a look. What's Mr. Chips doing there? He's doing this thing with his joystick again. Mr. Chips, Mr. Chips.
Darren.
It's the wrong sound from Catty Phrase.
It is, well done. Right, 2 points for this one. I need you to tell me who it is and what it's from.
Bubblegum shrimp. It's a household name.
Darren.
I don't know what the scene was, but it's Tom Hanks from Forrest Gump.
Damien.
That is Jim Carrey and the other one in Dumb and Dumber after their tongues have been on the ice.
No, it's not. It's Tom Hanks from Forrest Gump.
Right.
I love that. That's a great answer, though, Damo.
Brilliant, thanks.
Can you have half a point for comedy on that?
Life is like a box of chocolates. Right, number 9. Can you tell me who this is?
All's well that ends well, that's what I say.
Darren.
Right, so I'm going to go with the oldest answer for this because of the sound quality of the clip.
Okay.
Because if this was Wallace and... I know the guy. It's the guy that was in Wallace and Gromit and Last of the Summer Wine. So I'm going to say it's the guy from Last of the Summer Wine and Wallace and Gromit in Last of the Summer Wine.
Damien.
I'm going to go for Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, who I think was Compo.
Okay, I'm going to give that to Damien because I said, who is it? I didn't specify if it was an actor or the character, so I'm going to give that to Damien because he gave the correct answer. It
and
is
that's
Wallace
what I say about Ian.
Wallace and Gromit.
As a broadcast journalismist, he's always been not only a very handsome man to me, but he's debonair. The beard that he's got there, there's no ginger in it whatsoever.
No,
he's a handsome guy for me.
There is some grey in it, though. I can tell you that for certain.
It's the guy from Wallace and Gromit and Last of the Summer Wine. I got that
No,
correct.
let's not.
See, Damien said to me, it is Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. That who it is.
I also said that.
Yeah.
It's the guy.
No, you didn't. You said it is the guy from Wallace and Gromit. You didn't say it is Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
He even got the character's name wrong in Last of the Summer Wine. He wasn't Compo.
I think you need to. The thing is, this is where Bitterness doesn't suit you.
His name was actually Clegg.
You know, you're a nice guy. You present a radio show. You're a nice guy. But bitterness, let's just move on. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it?
That is a stitch up.
Well, it isn't. Right, let me tell you. Were you in one,
Ian
two,
and
three, four.
Damien sitting in the tree.
Okay. After 9 questions, you are tied. So, whoever gets this right will win this round, unless one of you gets the bonus extra points. So, 2 points. What is this, and what is it from? Damian.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I know what it's from.
Okay.
It is a dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
1 point. Well done. Darren, what did you
Don't
put?
care. Don't care.
Oh, do you know what? Me and you, we used to go out. Do you know what I mean? We used to go out. We used to go to the fish bar. We used to get some scallops together. We even had a pickled egg once. And now look at you with your little bald head and your little beard.
I was robbed of a point.
You weren't
If this only had
robbed
VAR.
of a point at all.
I was.
Right, so this next one is worth 5 points. If you don't get it, if neither of you get it correct, we will roll it over to next week and it will continue until someone does get it. So, right, I'm going to play you the sound. I will play you it a couple of times and then I will give you 13 seconds, which is the out music, to think about it. And then I want your answers. And I will go on first answer only. Are we ready, gentlemen? This is this week's bonus sound.
Good. That's good.
Who is this?
Good. That's good.
One more time. Who is this?
Good. That's good.
Damian.
I think that's Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act.
Darren.
So do I.
You are both wrong. That is not Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act. It rolls on till next week. This could get very annoying. One more time.
Good. That's good.
And there you go. If you now listen back to the podcast, you'll be able to listen to that a couple of times and try and figure it out. So, at the end of this round of Darren versus Damian, Darren has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And Damian has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hooray! 5.
Obviously, because he got the same answer as me on the Wallace and Gromit one.
Well, he didn't, because you didn't say it right. He didn't.
He did.
No, he
He
didn't.
needs to move on, doesn't he?
You do.
I mean, do you know what I mean? He gets his little head, his little round little egg of the head. It gets a little bit moody. Look, a little moody. I'm an egg.
So that was this week's Darren versus Damian.
It's time for the never-ending highlight of the show. Fight to the end. That is Darren versus Damian on the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
That is it for the first half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Thank you very much for listening so far. Do not go anywhere, because we will be having the top 5 top 5 animated films of all time coming up very, very shortly. Don't forget, if you are listening on the podcast app, then you can subscribe on Apple, Google, or any of the podcast apps you're listening to. Please do leave us a review. That'd be great. Thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube, then don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel. And if you are watching the podcast on Facebook, also do the same. And I'm going to... Oh! Sorry. I pressed the wrong button. That came from nowhere. Oh, I do apologise. Oh, that came from nowhere. Anyway, right, we'll be right back with the second half of the podcast after this.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow. But they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Oh dear, sorry.
Oh, it's so childish. Oh dear.
Right, if you're watching...
I've ever heard.
Do you know, I was trying to stifle it. That was the reason why.
It's so cute.
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones. 1 Zoom call. All lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Welcome back to the second half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Thank you for listening on your podcast app and watching the video on YouTube. So, in this part of the show, we always do our top 5 lists. And this week, it is top 5 animated films of all time. What are you two laughing at?
It's just his little head, honestly. He's the cutest little thing I've ever seen with his little head.
I had a scratch in my ear, so I had to get in there and have a scratch. So,
right, let's crack on with this then. So, the top 5 animated films of all time, according to us. This is our personal choices. Don't judge us. So, I am going to start this week, just in case I pick any of the same of you two, and then I don't have to change it because literally I've got 5. So, my top 5 animated films of all time. At number 5, and I'll be surprised if this doesn't appear on at least one of your lists. So, released in 1995, 25 years ago, it was the first major film from Pixar and Walt Disney, and grossed over $3 billion worldwide. It is, of course, starring Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, the original Toy Story.
Very good, very good. It was a revelation at its time. It made us all look at Woody in a different way.
It's a very different meaning in this country as it is to in America. I'm sure it is. They wouldn't name it that if it was produced here.
Oh, good. Look, do you know Andy Peters is in that film?
Yes, he is. He's baggage handler number 2.
Yeah,
but
Andy
only
Peters
in the UK version.
Yeah. So he's in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you go on IMDb, it does say Andy Peters, baggage handler number 2. He has one line. So yeah, it's such a good film, and it produced such a brilliant franchise. I've still not watched the 4th one yet. I have yet to watch it.
Very good.
But it does, and you can see the progression. So if you watch the first one, the animation and the detail compared to now, it just shows you how far we've come in 25 years worth of computer generated stuff. But Toy Story 3. There's 2 bits in that film, in Toy Story 3. There's the bit when they're in the incinerator, and that is just like, oh, no. Yeah, and then there's a bit at the end, every single time I watch that film, when he says goodbye to his toys, and he leaves them with a little girl. Oh, my God. Honestly.
It's a great film. I think, because it was so... We were used to sort of animation and stuff, good old pen and paper. That was just so good, so refreshing, and... Number 4, I didn't think it was going to be very good, and I took my daughters, and I was scared, they were excited, and it's just as good. It's just as good.
My daughter is 3, and she's only just acknowledging who Woody is, who Buzz Lightyear is, the Toy Story, but we've not sat down and been watched the whole series yet or anything like that. It's we watch a bit now and again, that sort of thing.
Do you know, I think what it is I think every child, when they have toys, I don't know if I definitely did. When you were really young and you were playing with toys and you left the room, you sort of think, what do they do?
Because you believe they did.
Say again.
I always like to think that they did.
I do as well. I do.
Yeah.
I still do. I still sort of think I quite like the thought that, when a human leaves the room, they have their own little world, and literally their whole focus is on you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely not. So yeah, that's my number 5. My number 4 is a more recent film released in 2010, based on a book by British author Cressida Cowell. It stars Toothless and Hiccup, and I love this movie. It is How to Train a Dragon.
I remember that, yes.
Very good film. Yeah, I've got to say that I don't know if that would have made my top 5. It's still a bit. That's definitely you. I can imagine you sitting down with some knitting.
Not knitting, no, but
there are some really good, well-known Scottish voices in there as well, isn't there? There's Gerard Butler, isn't he, in there?
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, his voice is in there. Yeah,
yeah. Right, okay. No, do you know the reason I like it? I like Toothless, and I want a toothless dragon. And I think they got the expression of it so well. Damian, don't even go down that route, because I saw your face twitch then when I said toothless dragon. Your mind went to a gutter. Drag it back out of there, didn't it? Did it not? Did it not go to a gutter?
In their little world.
It's like the riding a white thing with warts again. Just don't.
You know what? Ever since I've started the show, all I've wanted is a toothless dragon.
I'm going to copyright these names if anyone else thinks about them.
I do love him, but it was your little face. It was your little wiggle when you said it. Always the toothless dragon.
At number 3, then. So, How to Train a Dragon, not on either of yours, no?
Not at all.
No, not close.
I actually forgot about that.
Okay, right. At number 3, it's the highest grossing traditionally animated film of all time and is 26 years old. And is...
Hakuna Matata.
There we go. That was worth it.
Yes.
It is, of course, The Lion King.
One of the best.
One of the best. Yeah, the best for me. No, it's not, because I would tell a lie, because I've got one at number 2. But yeah, I really, really like that film. And it is just one you can sit and watch. It's got good characters. It's got brilliant songs in it from Elton John. And it just works as an animated film. It's very good.
It's a fantastic film.
Just out of interest, have you always wanted a baby Simba?
No.
Did you know they made? We've not watched them, but there's sequels to that. But I don't know how they went down.
Yeah, and don't watch the live animated version of it. It just doesn't work. Thank you. Right, at number 2 is. Oh, do you see what I have to put up with, people? Do you see what I have to put up with? I'm trying to be serious, and light-hearted, and you're just a bunch of anchors, aren't you? Right. So, at number 2 is released in 1988, based on a 1982 manga comic book. It is set in a 2019 dystopian Tokyo, and it is one of the best animated and sci-fi films of all time, and it is Akira.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
Blank face from both of you. Have you got?
It's called what?
Akira.
Do you know what I thought you were going to say?
Go on then.
Something called Big Hero 6.
No, that was almost on my top 5. I do like Big Hero 6. Yeah, I do really like Big Hero 6.
I've got to be honest. I'm not giving you a dirty look there, but I've never heard of it. I mean, is it a manga film?
It's a manga animation. So if people don't know, manga animation is Japanese animation. It's massive. It's a real big thing. But it is one of the best sci-fi films. It is one of the best animated films. It is absolutely brilliant. It's not a kids' film. It's an adult's film, as a lot of manga stuff is. But if you can get it, I think it's on Netflix. I would highly recommend watching it. I really would.
What's it called again, Vajavid?
Akira, Akira. You just.
What did you say?
Akira.
No, Damian. Vajavid.
Right, at number 1 for my top animated films.
I can't wait to watch it, to be honest. I'm going to talk to my wife tonight. Kaz, can you put on Vajavid?
So my number 1 film is a very recent film, 2018 it was released. And for me, it is one of, if not the best looking animated films you will ever watch. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
No. Sorry.
Honestly,
isn't it, to be honest?
Right. Yeah, let me defend myself before you two chirp in with your stupid comments. Let me defend myself on this. So, do you both like comic book movies? So, Marvel, Spider-Man, Superman.
The actual movies with the real
No,
people.
do you like? Yes. Do you like that type of film?
Yes.
Damian?
No, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
It is nothing like Spider-Man. It is superbly clever. It is brilliantly animated. It is one of the best looking films you can watch. If you can get a 4K copy of it, it's absolutely fantastic.
It won an Oscar, didn't it?
It did win an Oscar. It grossed 375 million worldwide at the box office and then doubled that when it was released on DVD. So I would highly recommend watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. In fact, I'm going to task you both.
I'm going to give credit where credit's due to our little biscuit there. I'm going to give that a go because I've heard good things about it as well. Whether that would have been number one for me, but I will give that a go. I'm intrigued by that, to be honest. So I will be watching.
Damian, we're going to come to you next because I want to see.
It's always me last because I know
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Damian.
All right. Okay. So Damian's number 5. I won't give this a big one because it's exactly the same as Ian. So it was Can You Feel the Love Tonight, The Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata. It was The Lion King. So that was my number 5. Number 4, actually, I really struggled with this one because I remember being scared of it and I cried as well. However, it left a real memory in my mind, and in actual fact, it's a really good movie, but it's dark, really dark. It's Watership Down.
Why is that dark?
I'm sorry, have you ever seen rabbits hanging off their ear with blood?
Oh, is that what they're doing? I'm not seeing it, so I don't know.
Well, why would you say that then? Oh, is that dark? he gives a comment about Watership Down. Oh, why would you say that's dark then, pal? I ain't seen it, though.
It's also got
having a sausage roll.
It's also got a really good theme tune, Watership Down. That song in it is just beautiful.
It is.
Bright Eyes. Is it Bright Eyes?
It's a bit of an out there one, and it is a bit random. But for me, that was my number 4.
It is a very good
3, again, this was a bit soppy, but when I first saw it, cried, loved it, fancied the girl in it, and the main person in it reminds me of Darren. So, Taylor's good as time. That's not the words, but come on, chick.
Try it again. Beauty and the Beast.
That's the one.
Really good film. Really, really good film.
Beauty and the Beast. And now I'll give you the live version of that is actually quite good. They released it and it's got Hermione.
TV series was very good at that as well. It was on in the 90s.
And
do you remember
who was the main star in that?
Linda Hamilton.
And Ron Perlman from Hellboy.
That's going back a bit.
He was the Beast, wasn't he?
He was. And that was late night on Central. Probably
on ITV,
about 12:40 in the morning.
Angela Langbury, from Murder, She Wrote, is obviously the voice of...
Sorry, who?
Angela Langbury? No?
Angela Langsbury.
Angela who?
Angela Langsbury.
Well, that's one for the outtakes. Angela Langbury.
Who is it then? What's her name?
Jessica Fletcher.
Well, that's not her name, is it, you plonker?
It's not Jessica
That's
Fletcher.
The name in the TV programme.
What's the name of the actress?
Angela Langsbury.
That's what I said.
You said Langbury.
Oh, Langsbury. Whatever. Move on.
Number 2 is a dark film again. You know, just because my name's Damian, I don't like all weird stuff, but this is dark. In a kind of, it's not dark, but it is dark. Director was Tim Burton. It's a Christmas film. It's an animation. It's absolutely awesome. It's a cross between Halloween and Christmas. And the music in it is fantastic. It is A Nightmare Before Christmas is my number 2 on the best animated films of all time.
That is a good film.
It is a very good film. That was almost on my top 5, to be honest. It was very good.
Great film. Grossed a lot. Never done a number 2. It's about time I have one, though. It was... It was great. There you go. My number 2, A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like that because it's traditional stop motion animation as well. And you don't see many of those anymore.
You don't at all. No. Really quirky as well. And they've actually done a stage show, which I would love to go and see. It's got great reviews, but I know that we won't be going to the theatre for some time now, will we?
No. Number 1 then, Damian.
Yeah, looking forward to this, to see what you've got.
You've got the touch. You've got the power. Good versus Evil. 1985. the big planet Unicron.
Oh, shut up.
What's the matter with you?
You're not going to pick Transformers
Transformers the movie
as your number one
animated version.
animated movie of all time. You're going to pick Transformers.
I sat down. Oh, all right, with your little face.
No,
down
I'm
there,
sorry.
with your little goatee
You
beard.
took the mickey out of me for picking a film that was the best, one of the highest grossing manga film of all time. And also, and you're picking Transformers with its stop motion crappy animation.
The movie Transformers.
You
my
love
number
Transformers because that was in a previous top 5 for you as well. The
No,
adult version.
that was the TV series. This was the movie, Darren. If you've ever seen the movie, it starred Leonard Nimoy. It starred Judd Nelson. And here we go. Here's one for you.
Who did it star? Somebody in Nimoy?
Liam Nimoy.
Is it Leonard Nimoy?
Did I say Leon?
You two can't do this today.
And it's in his very last performance. Here's one for you. Orson Welles.
Oh.
Orson Welles
As the voice of
Unicron.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. That's no. I'm not accepting that as your number one animated film of all time. You're wrong. Sorry.
Oh wow.
Good call there, Captain. Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And anyway, now, good luck, everybody. Let's go to Darren for his top 5.
Oh, holy God. Let's hold on tight.
You'll find that my top 5 animated films go back in time quite a bit because I was brought up on traditional Walt Disney. So my number 5 goes back to 1940. Okay. And it's based around silly symphonies, dancing animals, objects dancing to these silly symphonies like brooms. It was visually captivating for young eyes. Oh, where have they gone? They've just walked out. Come on, come back, chaps. I'll tell you what it is anyway. It was visually captivating for young guys anyway. It was fantastic. They've just walked out.
Fantasia. And all the time you've had to prep for this show, and you choose.
Thanks for that.
Fantasia.
Just walking out and leaving me hanging there to talk about it, and I'd only got 3 lines of it anyway.
I've never known anything like it, man. You could have chose anything. At
Thanks
least
for that.
Transformers the movie had a plot. Yours was just.
It was.
They all look like paralytic. They were brooms.
I remember the first time I saw that. Anyway, I was about 5 years old.
Louise Underwood's listening, and I tell you what, I bet she doesn't think Fantasia's on the list.
It is such a boring film as well.
It's a traditional.
Nothing happens in it. Nothing happens in it.
None of yours were traditional animation.
Yes, they were. Akira,
Give me-
Lion King, both traditional animation.
Fantasia.
And you choose a porn one as well. Right, come on.
I can imagine when you're 3 years old and you've got your beard and your bald head. Oh, I can't believe this. Look at this. I've just had chips and look at this. Fantasia's on.
Right, my number 4 is again another one from not as far back as 1940. It's going back to 1970. But I think, again, I chose it because the music was good in this. It was a bunch of cats in New York called Aristocats. Do you remember that? What?
Oh, dear.
What? What's the matter? All right, I'll move on. Number 3.
Why have him? Do you know what I mean? Is it just because he's a name? Darren Atrobus. Do you know what I mean? I was on the Disney Channel years ago. You haven't got me on for that, have you?
For 1 week.
I run a very branded recruitment agency. That's. Do you know what I mean? You ain't got me on for that, have you? But him down there, Fantasia and the Aristocats.
Right,
You've had all week, man.
Number three is this one again. I've chosen because of the jokes in this. There's a little bit of subtle comedy in this.
It's an animated film of Darren.
I think it's a squirrel that runs after a nut or a chestnut or something.
Oh no, okay,
Very,
right.
very-
I know where you're going with this one.
Very funny. There's a lot of these films. It's Ice Age.
Okay, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, do you know what? You pulled that back there. I'll give you that.
And the background comedy to that is hilarious.
Yeah, Ice Age is very funny. Yeah,
and
but
it's
how
funny
you
for
can-
adults.
How you can put in the same league Ice Age with Fantasia and the Aristocats.
Yeah.
But no, Ice Age, very good. My daughters love that film. It's funny, it's witty. Do you know what, Darren? I really like that film.
Is it? What's the name of the squirrel?
I don't know what the name of the squirrel was.
Is it Scrap or Scramp or
Nuts,
something?
isn't it?
Is it Nuts? I can't remember now.
No, he's running after a nut.
Yeah.
And the
Run after a what?
And the scrapes he gets into just for this one nut is hilarious.
He gets into scrapes over his nuts.
Okay, moving on. Number that was number 3, wasn't it? Number 2.
Number 2 of your favourite ever animated film, which so far you've had the Aristocats, you've had Fantasia,
yeah,
and you've had the Nut Job.
Yeah. This one I've chosen because I do quite like it, and I like the soundtrack, and I like the alternative soundtrack at the end of the film as well. Not just the main soundtrack through it. It's a great story. One of my favourite actors is in it. It does the voice in it of one of the demigods.
Ah, love this film.
It's a fairly new film.
Really love this film.
And
Yeah,
I think the cartoon version of the star of it. She's quite a pretty girl, isn't she? Moana.
yeah, really good film.
I've never watched it.
You're
Fantasy,
welcome.
great. Yeah,
I know, because it doesn't star The Rock.
Yes, it does. Yeah, but there's another version of the song that he sings called "You're Welcome" by somebody called Jordan Fisher, an R&B star. And it's if you watch the film at the very end, there's a version of that song, and it's really atmospheric. It's really good.
If anyone,
I feel quite bad now because
No,
you
don't.
get a bad rap from us.
No.
And that was
you haven't heard number
those
1
two were
yet.
Fantastic.
You haven't heard number 1 yet, Damian. Don't.
How do you know these? Why do you know?
No, I
them?
don't. I don't know them, but I'm guessing number 1 is not going to be great.
Okay, this one again to do with all the songs. I knew all the songs in the film. It was one of the very first vinyl double albums I ever got. So there's a big clue for you. Double album soundtrack to the cartoon. It's a very old cartoon. They did a new version with real people in it, and it was rubbish. Really rubbish. In fact, I think they've done 2 new versions with real people in it. It's a fantastic film. It's The Jungle Book, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay, I can't knock you for that.
No, I can't knock you for that. I'd love it if you pronounced it right. Do you know what I mean?
The Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
Jungle what?
Not Book.
It's The Jungle Book.
Yeah, I will give you that. The
Yeah.
Jungle Book with the panther, and do you know what? I was really upset when they did a sequel to that because I think that was one of those films for years they said they would never ever make a sequel.
Yeah.
And when they did, I was gutted about it. But
And the songs in it are great. You know, Look for the Bare Necessities. I Want to Be Like You. Oh, it's just brilliant.
brilliant film, brilliant.
Yeah.
The guy who is the panther as well. The voice of him is just iconic.
Yeah.
They made the film version. The live version. Someone tell me why the king of the jungle, the monkey, is ginormous. He's a ginormous monkey in it. It's horrible.
Is he not meant to
What
be
was
a orangutan? No?
He is, but he's about 4 times the size he should be.
Yeah, it's not right.
It doesn't make
Think of
sense.
the swingers.
Yeah, it just and
I know
again,
a couple of them.
Swingers Room, the Jungle VIP. Oh, I love the
I've
soundtrack.
met a couple of them
The
as
soundtrack
well.
is great.
at the
Pull
sa-
it back there, Darren. I'm happy
Yeah.
with that. Very much happy with that. And
Thank
I'm
you.
excited for number 1.
that was number 1.
That was number 1.
Sorry. Good. Excellent. See you next week.
Okay, good. I fairly mixed top 5 from each of us actually. I'm still going with mine.
Barbara was just handing me the envelope for next week's top
Ooh.
5.
Do you want some tension music, Damian?
You what? Sorry.
Do you want some tension music?
Please.
Okay.
Next.
Right then, our top 5 for next week is... Open the envelope, please.
Okay.
This will be us when we win the podcast award.
Next week, we have to decide, and this one could be very funny. It is the top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Very good. Very good.
Can I guess Darren's number 1 already? And is number 2?
If he puts Benidorm on at number 1, I tell you what, we may as well just stop the show because I'll walk out, man.
Or if he puts Only Fools and Horses on at number 1 as well.
No. There's at least another 3 other programmes that Nick Lyndhurst has done that I love.
Thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. If you have been watching on Facebook Live, thank you very much as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for getting to the end. We'll be back again next Monday morning. We are releasing episodes on a Monday now. So Monday morning, 6 a.m. The next episode will be out. If you want to get in contact with us, you can do on Twitter at AsYetUnnamePod. Find us on Facebook, the As Yet Unnamed Podcast. You'll get all the information on there. And then you can follow us for all our links and stuff as well. Damian, thank you very much for your time and your company today.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really good. And obviously we have gone live for this. So thanks to the people that have been watching live as well. However, we record this for the version that goes out on the audio stream and on YouTube as well. So you've had the pleasure of watching it warts and all, not tidy and not all with the bits and bobs on it. So thanks for tuning in. And if you do listen to the edited version, you'll see that we sound marvellous and slick and wonderful. And the fact that Darren chose Anastasia or Fantasia won't be in the show because we're edited because it's rubbish.
We will.
And you walked out on me.
That will stay in. That was really well timed from both of us. Well done, Damian.
Stay safe, everyone, though. Wear your masks and keep the meters and all that jibber jabber and stay safe.
Darren, thank you very much for your time and your company.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you very much, Damian. And thank you to the people who've done all the likes and shares and watches because they've rocketed over the past few days. So thank you for your support.
They have. We are building up nicely. Right. Thank you from me as well for watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, downloading the podcast. I'm really enjoying doing these. They are a lot of work, but we will get there and it's worth it because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And it's great to be back with these two people, even though I don't like them much. So until next week, thank you for listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. I have been Ian Barstow. Those two have been Damian Lee and Darren Antrobus. We'll be back again next Monday morning for the latest instalment of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Goodbye.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow. But they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
And we're done. And if as and when we get the chance to do this in person, we will definitely do that. Yes? I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we will definitely do a live record in person.
Maybe we could do a version where we all do it like we broadcast from a bed, and then we can all get in together and cuddle.
I think we should do something like a Top Gear challenge kind of thing where we go on a day trip together or something and just have the banter and have a laugh.
Anyway, thank you for watching the Facebook live stream. We are out of here. Until next week, look after yourselves, stay safe.